Hello. After a long time, another tough videos, tell a friend video, this time on the topic dictatorship structures for the elites or of the elites. And it's much about these secret conspiracies, or not much, but that is one part, these mercenaries. I don't know how to pronounce the word. Now the thing is, in the end, let's say, what we have to accept is that there are, I would say, around 90% of the population are, I call them underlings. Yeah, I go to that in another video. They are mainly passive. And these ones are actually, the ones that are going to be the underlings that are going to be controlled. And now by whom? And now the thing is, there is actually a hierarchy, and I would draw that in the following way. There is like the satanistic, guys that, are in the center. And if you are here, then you know that you and family, if you want to leave this conspiracy, like these secret loges, I think it was the P2, and these conspiracies at a large scale, and if you leave, you will be tortured, or your family tortured and killed. Yeah, so there is no way to get out here, and you will get out in a really, really hurtful way for you. So you will not get out. Then there is another one, and that is like the secret conspiracies where you spend time together, you meet, you dress up nicely, you know that you're better. This is like doctors, students, labor people, they meet, they often have like occult rules that are, but mainly on honor. Yeah, honor. So, and the thing is, it's relatively secret, but it's like 50% secret. So they would say, oh, I'm honorable. It's a Rotary Club, it's the Lions Club, and so on. But it's all based on honor. Here it's it's based on satanistic behavior, so, and mindset. And I come to that, why that is the case. And then you have the idealistic people. So they have ideals. Yeah, they believe in communism. They believe in, we want the best for everybody. And they like are very idealistic. Yeah, and like communists, socialists, the environmentalists, and all these. And now the thing is, these ones are, funded by, by the center, because these guys, they have so much money, they can actually fund everybody. They can support everybody. It's not only funding, they give, I put a heart here, which is the support. They give support to these guys. Now, so what you see is that there is like a level of which is a flowing level. You can come from here, then eventually into here. You might come from here. That's the thing. These idealists usually will not go into the secret satanistic thing. So maybe here is a division line. Here's a dividing line. But this there is a different method to keep them inside their circle. Here, it's actually, it's death, you know, a torture and death. And death. So once you're in here, you know, when you want to get out, you are dead. So you stay in. Here, it's something about honor. Yeah? Honor. So that means if you leave this, you can be sure you will not have a lot of money, and so on. So that means this is all based on honor and on money and so on. You lose your position in society when you leave these guys here, or when you kind of fight against them. You know, leaving them and saying nothing is no danger. And I will come to the thing about danger later, who is dangerous and what to do. And then these ones are, you know, they stay in here because they have big idealistic ideas. So saving the world, saving the planet, saving animals, and those are these guys. So these are the three. And if you you can leave here, no problem. You leave, and then, you know, it doesn't matter. Here leaving is, and here leaving means you will have, so you then only lose your community. You lose your community and you maybe look for a different one. But they are not violent in general. You know, these ones here you might lose, like if you don't get the contracts, you don't get as much money, as much power, you don't rise at, for example, in university, you will not move up and so on. So, but here you will face death. And now the thing is, how can you actually implement those things? And now for that, there has to be a way to in German, erpressbar, to put pressure on people, which means, I slipped the word. So I call it pressure. Yeah, how can you make people stay in here? Or how can you punish people? And that is very easy. You use human, I would call them in a reptile brain, reptile behaviors. But it's not only reptile, human behavior. And which is, for example, pedophilia, I don't know, philia, or something that somebody wants to be rich and have women, and you know, something like that. It's human, reptile human behavior, give somebody power and so on. But it is what will be done is when you, as a person, are going to be recruited, you know, it's a voluntary recruitment process where you want to go. And, you know, it's hard to actually get in the center here. If you're in the center here, you must be they must be able to control you. And for that, there is this, for example, the pedophilic circles. So circles. If you, and so the people that are in here, they know they do something against the law, yeah? They go against the law, and therefore you have a lot of pressure. So they can kind of put them in jail, they can destroy their name, and so on. And now, so that is something. Then the churches, yeah, the Protestant, not that much, but the Catholic Church is very much via, there's about like 6% of the priests that want actually to have sexual relationship, and they choose kids and so on. That is, and then so you see here's also a level of you know, different. This is very here, like this problem that arose 10 years ago, or where they discovered this pedophilic circle in Belgium. I think the guy was called Dufont, and then there were 20 people, that were killed. 20 testimonies were, rest in peace, were actually killed when they wanted to testimony. And so, this is kind of something they can always show and say, look, this will happen. We will kill all of these guys. And I will later come to how they succeed in killing those people. And then there is, obviously there is also this of putting pressure on people. I don't know the word, erpressen. So if you once have accepted money from somebody, let's say from here or from here, you have accepted money, from here or from here, then you're done. That's it. They have given you favors and you have accepted them, so you're stuck. You're in there. And if you are idealistic, you are more in that area, then they give you a position, like a professor position, or you in an organization, you in non-governmental organization, you get a high position, and which you would lose if you would say something against them. So they can control you. They control with money these organizations, and they can say whether you stay in society high or not, whether you can follow your idealistic goals. So what we see is there are these different levels of how they can put pressure on to you. Now, obviously, for this, they need somebody that executes this pressure. And that is being done by that kind of every member of this circle, every member, if you are a member, you have a means to, to put pressure onto onto a person that, for example, moves out of these groups, secret groups, and so you can obviously tell the press, for example, here, or the government, that they did bad things because you know that they did bad things. Here you just remove the position. That's easy. But here it's about, you need people that execute. So you need means to put pressure onto members in general that want to leave here, or, as I come later, to people that are dangerous. Means to put pressure onto dangerous people. Yeah, and these ones are ex-soldiers. Yeah, ex-soldiers. They are and other other people that we see in Disney films, in Hollywood films a lot, like these solitary people that earn a lot of money and they are invisible. They live invisible lives. So it's CIA, KGB, and so on, that actually are the source, or are the the group of people where they then recruit to actually put the pressure on, if these normal things like saying, look, we can actually do something, we can remove your money, your position, and so on. If that's not enough, then they will use these means. So also the means have a level, from very low, from low to high pressure. So kill them, torture them, which is kind of the same here. And now we have to say that, okay, so this is the means. So these are military and police. Police, military, and private armies. Private armies, but then also these secret killers. Yeah. So if, for example, they have a police captain, a leader of the police in the police, there are members here, then this guy will behave in a way that is, that makes sure the goals they have will be maintained or will be reached. And the thing is important, each member individually can decide. So they have a generic idea what they want, they have a goal, but they, each one of those, but each person individually, maybe he groups together with a friend or with another person he knows here, but it's individually. It's not that somebody from this group here says, you, Mr. number 45, you have to now ask this soldier, ex-soldier or killer, to then kill this person. No, it's each one decides how to kind of reach the goal of this conspiracy, which, if you're here, means power, satanistic power over other people. Here it just means to be, a successful member of your group, your profession also. And here it is, just being, following your ideals. So if that means that you need to kind of bribe a journalist or so, or you make friends with a journalist, then that's fine. Or if somebody writes against you, then you kind of try to convince friends that they that are part of your group to actually remove his position, or to write badly about him, and then he's kind of in the group dead. And now. So one thing that most people that struggle to understand this is they think that each person, these ones, everybody is actually caring for others. But that is not true. This is a group of, has no kind of importance whatsoever, no importance. If one of these people die, or if they don't have a lot of money, if they don't succeed, that doesn't matter. And and these ones is important. They also will not be tortured. Yeah, so there's no torture here. So because they have nothing, they have no influence. They don't think about. They don't honor them. They don't exist, these guys. And now when I look about torture, maybe somebody of these is so satanistic, so he might like it, and then he does it because it's his pleasure, but these underlings, they have no, they don't care at all about these things, because the underlings, or we as humans, we always think that, hey, they must be caring, there's the good in the people. No, they have no importance. Obviously, of the underlings, there is this, like the doctors, the professors, and so that make part of the of this system that has been established of, you are not the best, but I give you the position of the best. You doctor, you are not working 14 hours per day on your profession. You work 5 hours, you can play golf, you have a nice family and a house and so on, cars and so on. So you must be in favor of us. And that is kind of the 10% or 8% of people that, because here we talk about like 1% of the people, 2, 3, it depends here, like with the idealistic, where you put the border, because that is also a flowing thing into here. Obviously these ones, there's a hardcore inner circle, they are not underlings, but then still, these guys, they wouldn't care if a person of their group will die if he is, for example, against the main goal. So it's that they, the more you are in that group, the less you care about lives of other people. You are not caring. That is also a flow here. between I care for other people and I don't care for other people. And so you have in that group these guys that actually support the system, these intermediate people. And then there is this, now, who provides danger? Danger comes from free thinkers, and that is less, so I put that free thinker. Yeah, so these guys, they represent less than 1% or even less than 1 promille of the population. But if they write, for example, books, or they bring out videos and information, and they kind of go in front of a public court trial, and so then they might become dangerous. And now it depends, or it could be, mostly these ones are artists. So if a singer, for example, is too good, if a person like a startup guy is idealistic and wants to create something that is really nice for the underlings, for the human population, and if he becomes a danger to their system, then they can use any means to put pressure on this guy. And this could be also that they kill these people. That is, but one interesting thing is that I've seen a lot of people that might be dangerous have liver cancer, yeah, or they commit suicide. So there are a lot of things that you can do, or they have a car accident. Yeah, so if nothing helps, then, you need to poison, you poison them. Usually you will try it just by using, for example, the media because it doesn't matter whether these guys know, maybe these ones would kind of say, oh, they kill people, oh, but these ones, no, and these ones may also, from, there's a level. And so, what was I talking about? Sometimes it just helps to put in front of the underlings, because you need the underlings, not that they, you have to avoid that they kind of go on the barricades like in the French Revolution, these underlings. So you put the media in between. So most things you can actually do with the media. A lot of things you can do with just laws, or official laws, and election. So election fraud, or whatever you want to do, influence via the media, and these underlings then vote you. But if that doesn't help, then you have to use more severe means, and there you would then choose, but all the time, it's not that this whole group, like 50, 100, 200 people, meet and then say, we need to do this, this, and this, and this. No, each individual person uses his means to actually then get rid of this danger. If somebody tries with media, killing this person with media, okay, or maybe put them in jail, or maybe put a different government in that country where he lives, and then where these guys that become dangerous, too many free thinkers grouping together. And then the last resort would be to kind of kill them. And now the important thing is that if you sense that it's dangerous, then each one of us, the underlings may be less, but also these active people, these artists and so on, they will sense, oh, dangerous. I don't want to say like Steve Jobs or some big, people in what, John F. Kennedy. There are always some people that strangely die, and that means that it was not possible with the normal, non-killing means it can be solved. So when you cross kind of this chasm, and then you torture and kill those people. That is the way these dictatorship structures um, is maintained. So it's relatively complex because it has all these flows, from very mean to idealistic, and it requires different means to control. Then also these guys, the members of these groups, have different means to actually follow their goal of the conspiracy. And then there is this where they put pressure on people, also with different means. So the pedophilic circle, if you are in a pedophilic circle and they want to take you out, maybe these guys, pedophilic is mainly used here in the satanistic thing. If they want to take you out, they just publish the pictures, the meetings you had, the children you had sex with, and so on, and you're gone. Then you go to jail. If the church, that's here to put the power to put actually pressure onto people in clergy. That they have sexual relationship with kids, and then on the financial level, you can kill people, you can take people out of business. And also professors or in non-governmental organizations, you can put pressure on them. So there is a huge kind of a bag of measures you can use, means you can use to keep the guys in the group. And they do that themselves. They do it themselves. So they will kick each other out. So if you don't behave, here you get killed and tortured. Here you lose all your money and your position. And here you use the sympathy of your group. So I thought that I hope that is clear. It was a little bit too long because I like the words, and but I think it should give a kind of an overview how this whole system works. Thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.